To the top right, we have our Zerg in the red, starting for the TSL team. And it is player B. At the bottom left, his opponent in a 1-0 lead. It is a prime player. It is player A.
Why was player B introduced before player A? That's weird.
That is a really weird question.
I mean, I just don't know. Alphabetically here.
Why is the color for player A wrong?
What?
At my screen, not yours, you genius. What was that? You look at your screen, you're like, what color? Huh? That look on your face. I mention it, and Wolf starts staring so intensely at his observer computer, and he's like,
you see my eyes jump from like the top title screen to the production tab to the mini map?
yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to figure it out.
You're like, what blue? What's wrong with the blue? Oh.
I was like, well, what colors were they last game? I don't know. Is that what he means? I'm trying to remember.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he means that like the Kespa player should be blue because the Kespa logo is blue colored. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out all the possibilities. But yeah, it's teal on the top there, but
yeah,
close enough.
We'll be able to tell. And we have a Nexus first. Nexus first for the Protoss, and our Zerg goes straight for the hatch after he starts with the pool.
He had the flexible third base drone there as well in case of the pylon block, but with the Nexus first, you don't have enough minerals. Said no. Overlord comes in and sees the forge timing. First queen already begun. And he's going to only make 2 lings here. I like this. 2 is all you need. Some people say 4, but I say 2 is fine. As long as you make sure to use them correctly. You don't cut any corners.
Well, people in the past have been actually claiming that love is all you need. Today we learned it's 2 lings. That's all that you need on the map. And there's already the drone for base number 3. With the perfect timing at roughly 4:10, 4:20. Starting with the expansion, there it is. And of course our Protoss player here is about to finish his Nexus. And we'll find out what exactly he's planning to do here. Is he going for the 3rd base? We've seen him do this in one of the earlier maps, or will he just once again rely on a 2-base timing attack?
Yeah, we saw the 4 gateway pressure do a lot of damage last game, and I guarantee you our TSL Zerg's not going to be cutting corners on that Roach Warren on this map. This is such a tough map to hold that aggression. Last map on Entombed is pretty tough as well, without killing the rocks, which is basically impossible. It's impossible to kill those rocks before that timing. I will say it is impossible unless you like pull your drones, you're attacking the rocks with the drones too, and your queens are not hitting your injects. Those rocks are not going to die in time.
By the way, guys, I'm sorry that I couldn't listen here. I just got a message by our GOM guys, and they asked us what they basically want to know. The CEO had the idea or wanted to know if actually you guys, the audience of the GSL, if you would like to have a Psy Gangnam Style concert at one of the GSL events. And they created a thread on Reddit about it. So if you actually like Gangnam Style, I mean, let's be honest for a second.
Let's be honest, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? So if you like that and you want to see Psy live with a Gangnam Style concert, then go to Reddit and upvote the thread and show GomTV that you really, really want this. Of course, in addition to that, you can also send a tweet to @GomTV, but make sure to upload the thread anyways.
You know, I was really sad when I looked up the schedule for Psy's concert they're having in Seoul. I found out I was not able to go because we're going to be in Finland during that concert. I was so upset, but you know, I'm going to have a great time in Finland regardless. So this is it. This is the only way I can see a Psy concert. You guys actually have to make this happen. I think everybody needs to get on there right now.
I'm sure they will. I earlier got a tweet that we should cut the matches a little bit shorter between the Gangnam Style videos. Which is also one way of looking at it.
I saw this New Zealand TV spot, by the way, and I noticed that during the entire thing, Gangnam Style is just playing in the background. I was so happy.
Well, here we go currently to the, we have the tech now for the Zerg, we have the speed, he's on 3 bases, his opponent is starting with a +1 attack upgrade. It's not done just yet, but he already finishes his Twilight Council.
Yeah, he's going to have +2 started very quickly, and there's the quick blink as well.
And he has the gates already, 4 in total.
We may see a fast blink attack from him, otherwise there's very little reason to have this blink at this time. And look at this, 3 additional gates. Without Burrow, this is going to be quite difficult to hold. 5 extractors at once going up for our Zerg with that lair. He may try to go Spire here, and that's going to be like the worst possible scenario, I think.
It definitely is. If he does it, he needs a few. He needs definitely a few spine crawlers.
And here's the Robo. This is just going to be for 1 observer.
We'll find out the tech in just a few seconds,
There
and
it
that's
is.
the Spire.
Oh, worst possible scenario for the Zerg here. He is in trouble if he doesn't know what's going on, and well, he doesn't know. He's with no more scouting information. He's going to probably build a few spines blindly, but he's going to need a lot more than 2 or 3, and he's making 12 drones right now.
He's gambling a lot.
Yeah,
and he's
he
not
really
even
is.
spreading his creep so that he could do something about this. But the Zerg, the Protoss player might actually just try to take his 3rd again.
That would be insane. That would be such a weird build.
Yeah, it would be a little bit weird. But he kind of is, isn't he?
He may be faking it here, but so far, it's everything that he's doing is indicating he wants to take this Nexus. It's so weird to rush Blink like this to take a 3rd, because Blink defensively does not really allow you to hold a 3rd Nexus very well.
Depends on what you're facing. I mean, it's good against the Mutalisk anyway. It doesn't matter if he attacks.
Okay, he's not doing
Yeah,
it.
he's moving out.
Total
that
fake.
makes a lot more sense.
And he even showed the sentries alone against the Lings, which made it even more look like that. And he chased the Overlord away. So now he knows that there's no way to scout. These few Lings coming out here
Even a
may...
4th base now.
Yeah, these Lings, these may spot the probe. If he spots the probe with this, he's going to know that some sort of attack is coming, and he does.
He has to cancel the 4th. He has to cancel the 4th and start to produce more units.
Look at the patience, by the way, of our Prime player. No Force Fields wasted there. He knew that if he had to, he would make them, but he didn't drop them at
Why
all.
is he not canceling the 4th? He needs minerals right now. He doesn't have the lava to build anything.
7 spines. First pylon will be killed, but the attack is on. He's killing all the units that spawn there.
Another pylon is going to be taken down to the bottom right. We have another one. He completely ignores the 3rd here. Only leaves 1 zealot behind. The natural has been saved by the spine crawlers. But look at these Lings trying to catch the stalkers, but he has to back off.
Great time buying strategies here from our Teal'c Zerg, but time is almost up. He's going to lose his hatchery, and not canceling the 4th, is something that doesn't allow him to get those minerals back. But he has some extra production there now.
That production won't help him a lot because of where the location of the 4th is, but he did not have the lava, so at this point it didn't even make so much sense for him to actually cancel it because he has the gas and he can now rely on his mineral income. He could even just pull drones out of gas if he wanted to, and he will use the gas for the infestors.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if he should be fighting this.
No, he shouldn't. I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah, he needs to pull back here. Back at home at the natural, there is a full wall off set up.
4th has been spotted.
Yeah, and he's going to take that out. Bit of a gamble not to cancel it, but as you said, he didn't have the larva. And he didn't even make anything here. You can see the larva just sitting idly by.
Pathogen glands is now done. The 3rd is, of course, once again dead.
He needs those pathogen glands. He needs the infestors. That's the only way he can hope to even hold the next step. But what if
he doesn't have to?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
What if
attack?
he just makes
Exactly.
a Nexus with this robotic support bay? He knows the infestor is going to be the next step, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Nexus is already, the shadow is there.
That is exactly what he should do. I mean, what's the point in attacking into the 2-base Zerg player that has 10 spine crawlers at his natural? What's the point? He's on 2 bases. You can't just take your 3rd. You know exactly they can't attack you. And you can take your icon. There it is. We have the robotic spay also on its way. We have the +3 attack upgrade. The Zerg is in so much trouble. He's just now setting up a 3rd, and everything that he does is so much delayed.
Yeah. I mean, with the robotic support bay tech, I mean, how does he deal with that? Did he cancel? He canceled the Spire? No, it's still here, so he can make corruptors. But this is a stressful situation for the Zerg. +3 finishing up as well now for the Protoss. There's no way for the TSL Zerg to actually put pressure on this 3rd base. I mean, less possible than seeing the Wizard of Oz when they came to the door at Oz, and the little guy said, "No, not nobody, no way, no how." That, I mean, it's even less likely than that. Not even Ruby Slippers will allow him to attack this third base.
The main base as well, and the Zerg player is set up now. The Protoss. He has a few units over there, so no drop, no Mutalisk could do any damage in the middle of the map now. We have a bit of the army posturing around. He's trying to move in here, maybe with the Infestors, but it's going to be so tough. The fourth base at the bottom right is built again. If the Protoss player leaves him enough time, he will not only be able to recover from this, he has the resources too, but I don't know, he's not out of this just yet, but the opening definitely not to his favor.
Yeah, the Ultralisk Cavern choice here is an interesting one, but with the Infestors, he can maybe make this work, especially against Colossi, which are part of the composition now for likely Creator.
This is definitely a map where you can use both. A lot of Zerg players told me that they personally, and I completely agree with this, rather use Broodlords because you can control the middle bases a lot better with the Broodlords and can therefore in the late game get an advantage over your opponent. But it's a matter of preference. A lot of Zergs will use or will try to use the Ultralisks.
I think he needs more creep for either, so he's just going to use them defensively for a while. Oh, great force hits here. That was a genocide we just witnessed.
At this point, creep doesn't help him that much anymore. As soon as there's one observer out there, he can just kill the creep tumors without a problem at all.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any control of the map at all.
I would love to have it a little bit earlier. I mean, the creep spread is not for nothing. It definitely helps him a little bit, and he can force his opponent to just make sure that he needs to move forward more slowly.
Exactly. But and I know exactly what you mean, but you're not saying it's useless. It's just that if you focus too much on creep, that may all just be for nothing if the process moves out and kills it.
I would have loved to see this creep spread earlier when his third was attacked.
Yeah.
That's when he can try to take advantage of the speed.
That's when it's really useful.
Exactly, to take advantage of the speed.
And now the Protoss is going to break through these rocks, and he is going to just go and tear through that creep. He's got so much army right now. The army supply, in fact, right now, 122 to 101 in favor of our Prime Protoss.
The Zerg definitely has a good army here. If he gets a nice angle at his opponent, and if those Ultralisks surprise the Protoss player, then he's in trouble. Just think about a couple of good fungals in a wide spread area when he can attack on a large scale.
He's got no Zealots, really. He's got no Immortals. He's got one Archon, which Archons do okay against Ultralisks, but, I mean, just one is not going to be enough to help out too much. The second one does join the fight.
And Colossi do not, and also Force Fields will be useless.
Colossi definitely not going to be the unit he wants here. It's going to help him against the Infestors and the Banelings, but not all too much. The Ultras will tank a lot of damage. This is definitely a fight that the Zerg player can win, like you said, if executed correctly.
Warp Prism speed now also on its way. And the Immortals, as you pointed out. So the fourth base is about to be started for the Protoss, at least. Well, actually, he has the fourth already. Sorry, I was talking about the base to the top left. That would be his fifth.
He split his army into two groups here, and one group alone will not be enough here. Look at how fast this Colossus will fall, not even having to use any fungals here.
The rest of the Colossi is exactly facing the same fate. They are trying to get in here, but at the same time they are fungled. We have the Warp Prism to the top right in the main base, not doing too much. And now the Protoss is dropping in supply, and pretty significant at that.
Yeah, if he can fungal, or rather catch these Infestors, he'll be in a great shape though, and he does not actually get to close the distance there. Protoss player coming out ahead in supply. The Infestors do survive though, most of them actually with almost full energy left. And that flank from the Protoss was actually kind of unintentional, but he was able to get a great swipe off on all those Banelings.
He didn't kill it too much though. The warp-ins, that was the main reason why he was able to be ahead in supply again. He had 2,000 minerals left and a lot of gas, and therefore he used now 2 rounds of warp-ins and has a 50 supply lead, but his bank now is gone. So this 50 supply is all that he has at this point. The Zergling run by attempt by our TSL Zerg. There are 2 cannons though, so this should not be able to give him too much of an edge.
Yeah, and he sees it now with this probe. And he's actually, rather than going to the third, going to go into the base in the center, which there's only 1 cannon there, but he's just got so much warp and potential. He's trying to buy time because, like you said, that 50 supply lead is something that's going to be scary for him to deal with. He's not even going to try to keep drones here at the center base. And he's picking off a few Zealots, may even catch this Immortal. He definitely will.
Yep. But the base is going to die.
Yeah, the base will die. He's just trying to buy time to keep himself in this so he can get the rest of these Ultralisks back out, getting the 3-3 upgrades as well.
There's the Observer. He cleans the creep, takes every single tumor out.
Observer speed looking insane right now.
It's like a race car.
Yeah.
Meow.
That Observer could probably cross the Pacific Ocean in no time. Well, this is going to be a tough push to hold.
I want
the
to
position
fly
of the
observer to
concave.
Finland.
No one can even see you. Oh, look, he's going to set up a flank again, but there's spine crawlers here, and the fungal is good. Neural as well on the Colossi.
And the second fungal is insane. These units on the low ground have a lot of will pillars to deal with. He's actually trading fairly well here, but the problem is that the high ground advantage is still in favor of the Protoss player. But this is actually great. The amount of neuroparasites that we see here.
Yeah, but once the Infestors fall, just look at how quick the Ultras are going to go to the Archons. The Archons are so big, you can't really do splash damage to those. And
the Stalkers with a focus fire to back them up is just too much in addition.
And he didn't kill the base of the bottom right, he damaged it, but there's no mining there now. The worker count 75 to 49.
And the army supply at this point is 105 to 68.
Yeah, the next fight is so crucial. If he actually just wins it convincingly, the Zerg player may have no chance here.
The Zerg player lost his Infestors, which is the worst thing for him at this point. He has no Infestors. He has he has one, but that's not gonna accomplish anything. +3/+3 going to finish, but this is the same amount of upgrades that the Protoss player has. And to the bottom right, we have the last stand for Zerg, and he goes in, he tries to make this work, but this time the Colossi are able to do a lot of damage, especially to the Banelings.
So many Archons as well. Even with transfuses on these Ultras, it's just not enough. Zerg player dropping to 75, supply 69. GG.
There it is. This time he types it, and, well, the attempt of a Legend Dance. Oh, there it is. Ooh, yeah, scratching the keyboard.
Those Archons really being one of the most traumatic things a Zerg had to face.
A 2-0, pretty straightforward, and I think at this point we agree on the...
I think it's Creator.
Yeah.
It's time for the reveal. I want to see for sure. I want to make sure that all of our thoughts were correct here. I wanted to mention that Artosis was watching. I want to give him a shout out. And he actually said before the team was announced that he thought it felt like Creator. And that's really interesting. Some people were saying that as well from watching his stream. Let's find out if that is actually going to be the case. Player coming up here. I think it will be. We know it's you, Creator.
Yep.
Yep. Creator Prime. I can see through that block. Well, it turns out that, it's so cool to see that people have enough stylistic things in their play that people can pick out that this is Creator before the team is even revealed. That's awesome to see. And once the team was revealed, we pretty much had a good idea. But cool to see Creator showcase his play here. Congratulations, taking out a Kespel player and our unknown TSL player. We're going to find out who that is, but it may be announced later to you guys if the player decides to. You'll probably hear about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that wraps up our broadcast for today. Thank you for tuning in to the StarCraft 2 Ready Action Show. And we have some exciting WCS action coming up in a few weeks.
Exactly. It's a little bit sad, though, today that the Caspar players fell short. I would have loved to see one of them in the final. But
that's something that a lot of people are looking forward to more. GOM versus Kespa action. That's going to happen at WCS, the upcoming Code 8 qualifiers. It's already been happening at WCG, which, by the way, I wanted to mention. GOM TV was able to broadcast the WCG qualifiers, rebroadcast them, and the VODs are up. So go to the video section of GOMTV.net if you want to watch those. Day 1, Day 2, and Day 3 are all uploaded now, so you can go watch those WCG VODs. The production was done by OnGameNet, but regardless, you can see the VODs on GOM TV's website. Go check those out and watch them, and you can see some more action with these Caspel players.
Yep, exactly. So, next time that we are on stream will actually be for the WCS qualifier in Korea. That's basically lasting the entire August. Not this week, though, starting next week. And at the weekend, both of us will be at Assembly in Finland. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the games, and we'll see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Bring it down.
One blade.
I will do what must be done. Go to the next level.